Hello guys, welcome back to the Lumley Trading video. In this one, it's going to be a bit different, not the normal analysis videos, but this is one of my biggest losing days in really quite a long time, probably at least in the past year or so. So it's kind of going through kind of what happened and how to kind of get over these big red days, because like everyone, you're going to experience that in trading. There's nothing you can really do about it. But you kind of got to accept these to kind of deserve the winners. But firstly, what happened? So again, we can go back. This was just trading the crude oil release. So this is released at 10:30 market time, so 10:30 Eastern. The release came out, and again, I should have instantly known, okay, don't increase size, because this was different to what normally happens. You can see the release is at half past, but it made a big move before the release. Again, this is something that's abnormal. You don't really get this. So instantly, as soon as I see this, it should really be a don't trade, or at least reduce size. But at least going into the future, I kind of know that. And again, sometimes that's what you need the big losers for, because that really will kind of cement it in your mind to not do it again. So that was kind of the first lesson. I kind of learned from that. And then obviously tried to play the normal strat, so sold here. And then this was going in with a second contract as well. It ended up pushing higher. And then this was a mistake on my end on kind of how the margin worked over on NinjaTrader. So I got kicked out the trade, liquidation fee. So I had to pay a liquidation fee, and it closed out both positions. So what happened here was, okay, cool, the trade might have worked out, but overall wouldn't have known that. We got liquidated out. So we took the, I think it was a $250 loss plus a $25 liquidation fee. So it wasn't too bad. We could have easily left it there, and then, okay, cool, we can make that back in one trade. That's not the end of the world. But the problem we got was then had that, I kind of just wanted to make back that loss, and really just had revenge trade. We had the breakdown of this. I was thinking, okay, cool, we break here. We're going to continue down and really go back to the level I was expecting us to go back to, which was around this 76, 72. Broke down a tiny bit. We were up about, I think that's about $100, maybe 50. And then obviously bounced back up, and then really as soon as we broke that high, I was like, okay, I'll just cut out, just take that loss. And that's really where, I mean, that was all the trades we took for the day, but it was just really, okay, cool, we had 250 loss, oh well, 275 including the liquidation fee. That was manageable. You know, we can make that back in one trade. This was really just a case of, you know, revenge trading. And again, it's just, as a trader, you're never going to be able to be completely emotionless. You are occasionally going to revenge trade. It's very rare that you never revenge trade. It's just really about limiting them to as minimal as possible. And even when you do revenge trade, hopefully they're just not disastrous ones. I mean, like in this, obviously it's manageable. It's $480. Not ideal to lose, but very manageable. We can make that back in just, you know, 2 or so trades. Or ideally back in 2 or so trades. But that was kind of just the key lesson I kind of took from this was, obviously, need to understand how the margin works in your broker, which I think that was more just a miscommunication error, because I did actually talk to him before I took that trade to make sure everything was right, but must have just been a miscommunication. Not much I can do about that now. And then, yeah, that second entry, shouldn't have taken it. That was just a revenge trade and not something I should have done. So, I mean, that's the main lesson I'm getting from here. Again, just making sure you understand the margin. But again, that I don't think was, well, somewhat preventable, but overall this trade actually would have been a loss. So, you know, we would have taken a loss on that, say 250, 300. Okay, cool, that is somewhat manageable. That's to be expected on this trade. If it goes against me, that's what I'm expecting to lose, something around there. It was this re-entry that really messed it up, because really now, again, the loss isn't massive. Again, that's maybe one extra trade that we have to do to make it back, but it was why we lost it, which is the bit you got to learn. And what really I got to learn from that was just, you know, as soon as I'm out of this trade, again, this is meant to be about a 10 to 20, well, 10, well, sometimes a 5-second trade, but about 5 to 1 minute trade. As soon as I close it out, I should never be re-entering on this trade, and I know that. And so it was that re-entry that really was just kind of the wrong choice. And hopefully, again, occasionally you are going to revenge trade, but hopefully, again, it's just limiting them. I haven't done it in ages. So it was just one of those cases where you did it. Again, it could have been a lot worse of a revenge trade. I mean, as soon as I got out of that one, didn't try and trade it again. Even when I started to see this, I mean, we literally got out instantly, started to fall. Happens, you know, what you see it happen, and you think it's going against you, but I was happy that I didn't re-entry trying that, because if it did, again, this move happened quite quick. Again, this is, I think, a 15-second chart. Came back down. If I was to short that, probably would have just got squeezed out there. And again, that would have not been a $500 loss. It probably would have been a $1,000 loss. So again, a lot of lessons to take from this. And again, we don't really do recaps too much on this channel, but I think, yeah, you can learn some things from the winning ones, but I think the key ones to take away from are the losing ones. So these are the ones I really kind of prefer to post over on the channel. But anyway, that is the video. Let me know if you've had any kind of like big red days recently, or when your last one was. Was it massive, or was it just, more down to stupidity? It wasn't destructive to the account, but it's just more of an annoying one or whatever like that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, why not drop a like and subscribe, and check out this video here.